this pattern actually originated in 1850. Can you believe that? 1850 was the first time they spotted this pattern. Teresa, are you going to help me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Come in here. Right. Look how cute she looks. Doesn't she look cute?
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
So let's look at the back. Starts pretty old, huh? Yeah. This could be from about 1850. It's very old fabric, and it's just really fun.
Wow. Keep our cameras out.
Yeah, oh yes, keep your cameras out because these aren't in the patterns. Isn't it cool? And tip out and show Renee over there and Linda. And when you see it, go, ooh. Ooh. And the boys in the back. Did you make any noise? You're supposed to go, ooh. Yes. Man, you called them boys. Maybe we shouldn't have. They don't look like boys. They look a little older. Anyhow, almost as old as this quilt, 1850. No. And what's really fun about this quilt is that it was given to me. It's from Brenda Witt's husband. He looked around at Brenda's house and he said, Brenda, you have too many quilts. Give that one away. And so... Thank you, Ron. And Brenda can't be with us today, or she'd be hearing that. I think this was my inspiration for the quilt that I'm going to teach you today. So the name of it is Ocean Waves. Ocean Waves. So we're going to take you through the years with Ocean Waves. And this one has a unique pinwheel right in the center of the blocks. So there's a little bit of cotton showing through, very nice quilting, very simple quilting, really just straight lines. It's very, very easy. You want to see the back? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Ah, it's really cozy. It's very, very comfortable. I think I did wash this. I love to wash my quilts. It's just so much fun. I even do them in my Maytag. Okay. So take away the 1850. We're going to move through time quickly because now we're in 1930s. That was fast, huh? Okay, so this one is really fun, very fun. And so this is another Ocean Waves. And tip out so that everybody can see it in the back. So this one is a total scrap quilt. So we know it's 1930s because of this color, and it's called Bubblegum Pink, Pepto-Bismol Pink, Bazooka Pink, all of those. It's definitely that pink. But what's really fun about this one is that this patch right here, which is the main one for the Ocean Waves that I'm going to be showing you, she just selected 2 fabrics for this particular patch, a light and a dark. And if you look, that's what she did throughout it. It's a lot easier that way. Let me tell you that she just did a light and a dark for each one of these patches and then just put them together in the end. Really fun, huh? I like looking the TV because it's really, really special. Very, very special. What do you think about this one, David? Believe it or not, I didn't even know I had it in my collection until I sat down in my living room. There it was. Said, take me in. You want to see the back? Again, straight line quilting. Very, very simple. Doesn't need feathers or anything else. Just straight line of quilting. And I do believe this is probably bias tape for the binding. Ah, pretty good, huh? Okay, so take that one away. The 1930s, 10 more years. We're in the 1940s. Are you ready? You want to know how I know? Because somebody actually stitched the date on here. And I know this date, December 27th, 1947. I do know this is the date she finished it. You know how I know? Because if you look around, this is the date she started it. September 24th, 1947. So from September to December, how many months? 3? It's not a quilt in a day, but 3 months. Wouldn't you like to finish a quilt in 3 months?
And back then, when they were doing so many other things,
Yeah.
that they didn't have the easy things we have now.
Exactly. No sew straight. It is. It's all hand quilted. And this, we can definitely tell, 1940s, the red. I think the red is just a giveaway right there. And on this one, this lady put multiple colors. Every block, this block right here, all the different colors. I just noticed, look, she's got a pattern going with at least 2 of them. She's got the little brown, the little blue lines and the little peace triangles. That is really cool. And it's pretty amazing. Okay, now, Orion go really close on the stitches. They are a little big. These stitches have a name. They're called toenail catchers. You get it? And what's even more fun is that the batting is extremely thick. Probably from Kentucky. A lot of the quilts that I pick up are Kentucky when I go to Paducah. And it's interesting. Very, very thick. And sometimes they didn't even call it batting. They referred to the insides as wadding. Wadding, you know, and can't you just put the back down, throw the cotton on top, wad it down, put all 3 layers together, and I don't know even how they could stitch as close as they did. Pretty amazing.
Back in the early 1800s, did they actually have batting, actual batting?
Actually, Stearns and Foster started batting very, very early on. They actually made the batting in their garage for their wives. Their wives said, hey, I need some batting, and they went in their garage and got it done. How about that? Stearns and Foster, been around a long time. This binding is unique. It's been the backing brought around to the front, folded over and stitched down. And how do you like this? No mitered corners. You just cut it off, right? You just cut it off. You want to see the whole back? Ta-da! You like it? It feels really good. I really love it. Yep, no fancy stuff, just straight lines through there. Okay, and now we are fast forwarding to 2016. 2016, you ready to see this? You guys are fondling the quilts over there, huh? Fondle. Okay, so this one I did, I know right after I got out of the hospital. Teresa was working on this, and this is my quilt. Ta-da! Isn't it nice? I love the quilting. Well, the quilting has a story. I think that my mind was still unclear from medication when I was working on it. I just didn't know what I was doing. And when I finally gave it to Mary Jo, I said, Mary Jo, just quilt the hell out of it, please. And so she did. She made it lay nice and flat, right? Don't you think? And so it was really fun. But Teresa had worked on the directions. The directions, if you don't have an Accuquilt cutter, I feel bad if you don't, but they are in my book, Quilts for Mel's Attic, for the ocean waves. But we're going to do it the fast way. The fast and smart way today. Doesn't that sound good? Yes. And so I just, thank you. A little advertising here. Guess where you could get this book? It's really a good book. I really like it. And then the Ocean Waves quilt is right on the front. But this is done with squaring up every little piece and a little bit more time consuming. But also it's very, very scrappy. And you can see that I put the pinwheels, the red pinwheels, that was from Brenda and Ron's quilt. But I only did smaller ones, much smaller ones with the white background. And so I just want to show you how we did this. This was really time consuming because I went through all my little scraps. I'm telling you, little scraps. Little scraps that I went through. Okay, where's our pattern? Let me see my pattern. I want to tell you. So you guys have the pattern? All right, that's good. And so I want you to look right on page 3, okay? Right on page 3, and it's got this little block up there. So there's really only 2 dies that they need for this. You need for this. It's going to be really easy. Aren't you excited? 2 dies. And so the first die that you need is, it's actually from the 8-inch cube, number 3. It's a triangle, the big triangle. Do you see that? And so here is that big triangle right there. And then all of the other ones come from one other die. It's from the 8-inch cube, and it is number 5. All of these pieces, these were pieced with background and print together. These are just dark triangles. These are just light triangles in here. So you see that whole column? It's one whole die, and I'm going to show you those dies now. You ready? Want to see it? Yes. Okay, let's go. Okay, Teresa, I need to turn my big on. Oops, it's on. Yay! The big. Okay, and we're going to start out like you just have a scrap bag of little pieces. Little pieces, okay? And here they are. Oh my gosh, little pieces. That's little, isn't it? And so you can do 3 3/4 by 6. And on this one, okay, so this is just like dark, okay? It's like dark. So if you take these pieces, 3 3/4 by 6, that's your die. That's your little triangle right there. It ends up being 2 inches finished size. Okay, would you like to see this, Eric? You're standing by. Okay, so that's it. This is the little one. This is from the 8-inch cube. Do you have the 8-inch cube? Okay, just show them the 8-inch cube. And this is number 5, I believe. Number 5. Okay. So I'm just going to put it on there. I'm just going to fold it in half, cover on there. How many layers do I have? 4? Okay, that's good. So I'm just going to save that. Okay, let's move this out of the way. And now we need to have the second die. This is number 3. This is a half square triangle that finishes at 4 inches. There's that one. Okay. How many on it? 2. Only 2. Okay, the nice foam around it so that you can see the 2 colors. So if you can actually put like 6. So 6 layers rough cut. If I put 6 times 2, no calculator, 6 times 2 is going to get 12 at one pass. That's pretty good, huh? So I'm just going to put it right on there, line it up, little, cover it up with my mat, and let's see. Put the label along the right side, and here, we have to get this out of the way. So how many of you are new? You're new. You guys are new. So I have my Go Big. Woo! 2 of them. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Push them through. Do 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 do. Okay. So now you put your finger on, you twist and you turn. You take and you pull off the little extra. Ta-da! 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect ones. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that nice? Yes. Okay. And Teresa, can you get me like a print and a background ready? A print and of the little ones. Okay, so now I'm just going to take this one, little spin, ta-da! Get rid of this. Aren't they beautiful? Look how nice. Could you cut them that fast, that nice? No, and they have these little, yeah, or straight, or straight. Those are really great. Well, these are the side triangles that we have. That's good. So we did little just dark triangles, background triangles, and now we need to have, oops, I have a feeling that she didn't have it. Why do I think that she disappeared? She disappeared. Let's look in her stuff. Oh, she forgot. She got a whole bunch of stuff here. Look how prepared she is. She's got dark triangles, light triangles, and pieces. And no, oh, this'll do. Look at this. Look at this. We have light and dark, right? Right? Okay, we're just going to put them right sides together, and then we're just going to fold them in half. We're going to take that little die. I was going to say, if she ran away with that, I'll kill her. Okay, so then you just take your fold, and these are going to be all ready for sewing. You just put it on top of the die. You make sure you cover the edges. You forgot it, huh? That's okay. It's okay. It's light and dark. That's all we need, okay? That's all we need, light and dark. So I'm just going to cover it, okay? And just push that through. I really like to go big because you can push through two at the same time. But we're only doing one. Okay, so now just take it off, spin it. And whenever you take this, take the extra away and just get rid of it. Don't mess it up. Okay, so then when you pick these up, they're right sides together and they're just ready to sew. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Good? Okay, so I like that. So these were really fun, and that was the quilt that it took me forever because I did all of these little pieces, the little pieces I cut. Finally, I got it cut and sewed. But then I said, okay. Yeah, and this is like it. Okay, so this is like the block that you see. Actually, my artist did a little jazzing up. Look at the block above the picture. Look at the block on page 3. Do you see the little pinwheels? Yeah, but she put the red one. But Mara did a little desktop publishing, whatever. Do you see these right here? They would mess you up, wouldn't they? But look at the power of just the computer. See, it's perfect in the picture. But see, this one has light and dark, like I just cut, all the light and dark triangle piece squares, the white, the big white triangles on the corners and in the center. And what you don't see is just plain dark triangles right there. And on the opposite side, just light triangles. You always have dark triangles in the center, and opposite you have light. Woo, here, what a great bulletin board I have. Dark, woo, dark like that, and light like that. Ta-da! It's cool. Okay, so I said, Teresa, this is taking me too long. Don't we have something better? Don't we have something faster? Do we have something faster? Yeah. We do. Woohoo! Okay, so you could go slow. You could do it with the 8-inch cube, and you would use up all of your little pieces and clean up your whole sewing room. Or you can turn the page And do you have your layer cake? And use a layer cake. This is all that I have left. So a layer cake. This is what this started out with. And wouldn't you know, Quilt in a Day has these on special today. Ooh, special. And this,
Only the 5 inch.
only the 5-inch?
Yes.
But you could do it with the 5-inch. You could do that.
Took them all the 10-inch layer cakes.
I think I took them all. I know, I really liked it. Okay, so look, this was a layer cake, and this is the quilt that I made. Are you ready? Do you want to see it? It's just back from the quilters. I love it. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! It was a lot easier and faster with a layer cake. Yeah, and this was really fun to do. This was Forever Love. And I'm just so traditional. I had to do red pinwheels again. And Amy quilted it for me. And she put little free motion designs in the center. Can you see those? Those are really pretty. Go down right here. Yeah, that's very nice. Very, very nice. And now that you know the pattern, I want to show you there's light triangles where my fingers are, and straight across are light triangles. And on the other side, these are what colors? Dark. And straight across are dark. So it's really made of 4 corners. Got to get those little pinwheels in there. I really enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed it mostly because Teresa cut it all for me, and I had it all stacked in a box. And that was really fun. And I just want to show you the quilting too, because it's pretty simple.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, kind of like, yeah. The design in the center, and then mostly straight diagonal lines. That works. You guys can just do straight diagonal lines, huh? No feathers. No feathers. It's just really fun. And then we did like a red binding to finish off the pinwheels. No border even. Very, very simple. Okay, so let's do this one first, okay? So are you looking at the next page? Let me see. We are looking at the big triangle that you have. Looks like this. And look at this. How many were on the other die? 2. And on this one, there's 4. Da 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 da. So instead of doing 12, you could do how many? 24. Ooh, I like that. What do you think? That's pretty good, huh? So let's just cover it like this. Make sure that you've got it lined up on the outside. This was background. You do need to buy separate background if you're going to do a layer cake. You need to have 2 3/4 yards. Okay, I'm going to cover it. That's good. So let's see how fast we can cut 24 of these. We always rough cut. And these are cut at 8 by 7. 8 by 7.
5.5 by something else. That one?
Corner triangles? Oh, 5 by 11. Okay, you're right. I'm wrong. 5 by 11. We rough cut. Ooh, take it away. I got a little crazy in the corners, but it's pretty good. Ta-da! Is that nice? That's nice. Okay, now the next one. Okay, so you can just go ahead and stack these up. It's best if you really lay all of your pieces on your die right side up, then you don't have to restack. And those are so hard. You know how your eyes at night, you can barely see it? Okay, so this one, this is the die that is 55031. Does it say that right there? 55031, first die, the large triangles. That's good. But what do you see? The triangle piece squares. Ooh, you ready? 12 at a time. Wow. This is the big one. We're bringing in the big guns with this one, don't you think? We're bringing in the big guns. Okay, so you're going to see how little waste you have with your multiple die like this. You do have to rough cut your background. And so the best thing is just to take the first one and place it right side up and make sure it's completely covered. Whoops. A little bit there. Okay, I covered it. It's right side up, completely covered. Now, if you want to use your layer cake, oh my gosh, these are all that's left here. So how about, let's just say this is my pinwheel piece, right? Okay, so I'm just going to carefully line up that corner, right sides together. Lined it up right sides together, okay? That's how many layers? Two. Okay, let's keep on going. So this is lined up, background right side up, okay, right side up. And let's take, these are all so pretty, but I didn't use the red because I had red pinwheels. That's why I have all red left. Let's just take, what do you want? How about blue? Okay, so let's put it right sides together to it, match up the corner. Be very careful because we're going to utilize the rest of this, okay? So then, that's how many layers? 4. And now we're going to stack up a light, a background, and right side up. And this is going to go, let's do this one. There aren't many left. Right sides together, okay? Right sides together. Ooh, okay. That looks good, huh? So now you need your mat. Look at me, I was going to put this on. I have been known to put my ruler on. That doesn't work. And neither does cardboard. Except you get these really cute, oh my gosh. I have broken more rulers. Okay, so now. Yeah, the broken rule. I just get so excited. Okay, so then you just go, okay, remember, 12, I have 3 pairs of fabric. 12 times 3 is 36 triangle piece squares. I feel like I'm at the fair standing here hawking my wares. I really am hawking my wares. Okay, so let's be very careful. Whoops. I shifted a little bit, darn it. I didn't want to do that. Cut, retake. I want all these little pieces to stay in place, but they all shifted. But let's pick up one little stack like this. And look at that. These are all ready to sew together. Dark and light, dark and light, dark and light. And this is what Teresa did for me that I got so excited. Go to the next page because she cut them and stacked them for me. Look at that. Look at page 6. How cute. Isn't that nice? But anyhow, everything was all ready to just pick it up and then I'm just like in heaven. Okay, so let's see. I need to use this again. So let's take this off around the outside edge. Whoop. And now I'm going to mess these all up. Darn it. Okay, Teresa, maybe you could keep these all straight for me. You can't have her. Yeah, I'm going to give these to you. But anyhow, you just want to get them all off here, and I'm messing them up. It's good to have Teresa do it. She's neater than me. That's the thing of it. I think sometimes I get too impatient and I go too fast. Okay, so let me just put these all on here. Stack them all up for you. That's good. Okay, that was the piece squares. We need piece squares, but what else do we need? We need to have just plain dark squares, right? Okay, look, this little section right here, let's see what we got. We got, look, we have like lights and we have darks, okay? And we have this little thing right here, right? We're not going to waste it, right? Doo-doo. Okay, you guys, now you see how messy I am. Martha's coming to clean my house tomorrow. Oh my gosh. I couldn't let her see my messy room. I had to clean it up last night. I was like, okay. Okay, so see how I have this strip? And do you see this strip going along here? See, I can just put that right over there, like so. Cover it up. And don't worry about this stuff hanging over around. It's not going to do any harm. So you can just go ahead and push it through. So now we have stacks of light and stacks of dark plain triangles. Okay, now twist it, turn it. Ta-da! You got lights, and you got darks, and you got pinwheels. Awesome. Is that awesome? Okay, so look, we're not done yet. You can just keep on cutting these little things all together until you have everything you need. There's at least one more set right there, but I made enough of a mess, didn't I? Okay, so now do you want to see how to sew all of this? Ooh, save that. Very important. Save it. Woo! Okay, this is good. Do you like the multiple die? Yes. I know, I really like it. I would like to see if they have like a 3.5 inch. A 3. Oh no? Why did you say that? Somebody said, oh no. Okay, so let's just go ahead. So the first thing that it really shows you, you have to have all of these half square triangles or triangle piece squares, and I like to just go ahead and peel them off right while I'm there at my machine. I have my Sew Straight on here. How many of you guys have a Sew Straight? Good. Okay, girls, did you see the guys raise their hands? And not all of you did? So you guys aren't just coming to look, Elu. You're coming to learn, huh? Inspiration. You've done this, huh? Okay, so look, I like my stiletto. This is a stack that we cut right in the beginning that has the light and the dark already right sides together. I have my Sew Straight. You just tape it on your machine. You tape it right at the end of your feed dogs, and it has this straight line that goes right off the needle, and then the line to the right is 1/4 inch, and you just slide it along. And I have my little jumper scrap in. I have my 1/4 inch foot on. Are we excited like this? We have red thread. So you just line up the straight edge with the 1/4 inch, and you put the little tip on the patch right on the center line. So you got to sew right off of that center line, or else it's not going to be nice, right? You guys see my red nails, right? Okay, so that's one. You just sew it completely off. I personally like to sew with all of my dark on the top because I am going to press toward the dark. If they need to be flipped over, then I just flip them over so that when I press, is our iron hot? Are we good? Okay. Okay, so we're doing good. So somewhere it told you how many of these triangle piece squares you needed. How many? Anybody saw it as 200 and something? Only 288. Teresa will come to your house if you have a little box, and she will show you how to cut those real pretty and get them all lined up. Is that good? Okay, I'm just going to stop with those 4. But you only have 284 more to go. But you know what? I just divided it up into evenings. I love to sit down at the end of the day and mindlessly just push these through. And then I feel really good. Okay, you have to go really close because this is perfect. This is the only one I get to show you, Eric. See how they go, the stitching goes right up in the corners? And then they're going to look really good in the other side for any of these with that little dog ear. Okay, so now I am using, I'm going to bring my little cutting gizmo with me. So I found out that if I could drag my strip right out of the needle, the last thing, and just drag it over to my iron, I don't get it tangled up. Yep. Okay, so now you're just going to set the seam quick and just open. I just always have, I like steam, and let me push the steam, okay, and I just go right along here, open it up, and press toward the dark. Whoop. Are we good? Actually, I would rather do it the other way, but anyhow, I would like to do it this way so I can go really fast. So now you take your cutting gizmo and you go whoop, whoop, cut your thread in between. I love my cutting gizmo because it's always on my iron. It's not like my scissors that go all over. All right, 288 of these. That's all you got to do, right? Okay, 288. So I'm going to lay that down there, and that shows you right on the next couple of pages, 7 and 8, how to get that sewn. And now we have to stack our quarters. Look at this. This is all my leftovers. Aren't you excited? Yes. You should be. This is all that I have left over. And I decided to go blue. No red right now. Can you guys convert from red to blue for a pinwheel? Yes. Can you do that? Yeah. Okay, it's always your darkest color. Just pick out something dark. So look on page 9, and it shows how we're going to lay out all of these little pieces. The red is the pinwheel. I'm going to use blue. Okay? That's 1/4 of it. And this is what it looks like. Okay, so let's see. See if we can do this. See if I can do it. I always like to show you the top and the bottom, and I always get confused. Okay, a quarter has how many pieces? 4. How about let's make 4 quarters to make 1 block, okay? So that's row 1. That's the pinwheel, right? Okay, now I need another color beside it. I'm going to do this one. How's that? That's probably more like that. And then it shows in the bottom of row 1, what do we need? What do we need? Background. And it's just a triangle. Did we cut that already? No. Yes, we did. Marie! Okay, so now row 2, what do we need? Let's see what's going to look good. What do we need in row 2. Bloop. Row 2. I told you the answer. What do you need? 3 pieces. That's different, right? 1, 2. Let me see. What will we make here? How about like that? Is that good? Yes. And a background. 1, 2, 3. And a background? And a background. Oh, you guys are too smart. Did you see how I sorted those all out? You know, on the first one that I did, and I told you that it took me so long, I made every single block different. And in the end, I said, forget this. This is too time consuming. So in this one, I started sewing in groups. In fact, there are 8 identical quarters in there. Can you tell which one they are? You can't tell, can you? That's good. It's a good thing. There's 8. Okay, so now we're at row 3, and what do we need? The beginning. Row 3, at the beginning of the row, we need to have a dark, just a dark triangle, right? A dark triangle. And then beside it, we need to have how many piece squares? 1, 2. This is so fun. And that, how's that? Okay? And we're up to row 4, and what do we need up in the corner? You need a dark triangle, another dark triangle. Ooh, I don't have very many. I don't have very many. We will have to put that one right there. But we'll mix them up, okay? And then we need to have
1, and then the pinwheel.
1 piece square, and then the pinwheel. Blue. Can you transform? Transfer, whatever. That's it. That's the quarter. Is that good? Okay. Pardon me? I'm going to show them right now. But I'm going to start sewing, okay? I'm going to show you. Don't worry, I'm not going to sew all of these in front of you. Don't worry. I'm going to just start picking them up. Okay, so it's really nicely laid out. It says, okay, row 1, separate it out. Do, 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 do. This is row 1. Do, 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 do. Put it right at the end of your sewing machine. Yes, like that. Right? Okay, let's get everything else out of the way. More stuff there. And all you're going to do, I like to work in groups of 4 or 8. And see, you can't even tell it. Okay, so you just put these 2 out. And you get your little jumper scrap. And where did it go? And, oh, it's thrown on the floor. Thank you. All right. So just a jumper because, I don't know, it always gets stuck. And then I decided, okay, I'm always going to have it all worked out. So because there's 4, all you do is just go ahead and assembly line sew all 4 in a row so that you don't cut in between. Ta-da! And I found out that if you do all 4 alike, then you don't make mistakes because the mistake just sticks out like a sore thumb, right? Okay, so that is 4. And I timed myself last night. I sewed all of my patches together in about an hour and 5 minutes. That's not too bad. No, I know. I didn't think that was bad at all. And then I just got up this morning and I just finished as far as I could to show you. So right now I have a whole block, probably maybe less than an hour and a half. That's not bad. Okay, so I kept my jumper scrap in there. I have 2 together, so you just open it up. And then all you do is you start flipping the triangle. So forever I have been getting partial blocks of ocean waves in my like a bag of tops and antique pieces and things. And I have looked at this pattern for years and just, this is a mystery to me. This is a mystery. How do you do this? And then since I really worked on it and we got all of the pressing, all the seams worked out. Are you excited? The seams all lock. Whoa. Okay, so this is the 4 of row 1. Okay, and I have to take my pattern with me to the iron every time. That wasn't bad. That's all row 1. Row 1. Okay, carry your pattern with you. And you already have your little cutting gizmo sitting there. And just take and just cut in between your rows. Doo-doo. And then I always look at the picture, the bottom picture. I put in the arrows. How do you like it? It says from the wrong side press toward the light triangle. Okay, you see that? Okay, so let's just get some steam here. Okay, press toward the light triangle, and I think that it's easy if you just go ahead, okay, always toward the light triangle. And I decided that I couldn't even take time to read it, that I just started taking and putting one with my little pin all marked up. There, good. So you could just turn it on the right side, press it, ta-da! Pretty good. And so if you stack them up and one is sticking out, it's probably wrong, don't you think? Okay, but that's it. That's row 1. And so then let's fast forward through here. Okay, that's 1, set it aside, turn the page, beep. And look at this. Okay. Oh, Teresa, why stand here? Would you stack these all nice for me? Put them back in the box.
Where are they?
Okay, here is this and here's the box. I don't want to get it all messed up. Okay, row 2, pin. Row 2, my little numbered pin. Okay, so there it shows the 3 in a row, and what's at the end? The light triangle, the light triangle. And then you look at the arrow, and it says how to press. Away from the light triangle. So if you just flip it over like that, and you see that arrow right there, it says, I start at the light triangle and just press away. Okay? So it's really easy, and I'm just going to zip at that because I have them all sewn already. Yippee! Okay. 1, 2, 3. Shot of steam. Flip it over. And the other side. Okay, now you take row 1, and you take row 2. I'm sewing the first pair together, right? Do they look like that?
Yes.
Okay, and they flip together, and whenever you pick them up and they don't lock, then you go, oops, I didn't do it right. Uh-oh, no, I did do it right this time, except that I don't always do it right. It just depends how tired I am. And so then you just have to go and check and repress. Okay, they just line up right at the top. Okay, my little jumper scrap is over there. I need to have one. Actually, I was doing all little 4 patches with my jumper scrap, and it went really good. But anyhow, okay. So I'm just going to feed this through. This is row 1 and 2, and their seams are going to lock. I open them. I say, okay, I'm going to line up that seam, roll it in place, hold it down with the stiletto. Woo! Okay, and then this one, just hold on to it if I have to stretch it. And what's really cool is they just line up at the bottom. They just line up at the bottom. You just line it up with your stiletto and sew it off. All right. And let's see. Let us see. In the first pair. Ta-da! Ooh, looks pretty good, huh? Looks pretty good. Okay, and so how do we press the seam? Toward row 1. Okay, so that's toward row 1. All right? Okay, so that's one part of it. And now we're going to go to row 3 and 4. And I did it already. I sewed it already. So this is row 3, right? That's row 3. This is row 4. I did exactly the same thing. I flipped the page, It said press the seams toward row 4. Ta-da! Row 4. And look, whenever you take and you put these two together, I have to keep all my pins. And that's what that looks like. Yay! Up here? It's not together yet.
It's all right. Put it on the dark.
Yeah, let's try it.
Am I using it properly? Look. No hands!
There you go.
Is that good? So it used all those parts that we cut. And now we're just going to take, this is the first pair, this is the second pair. We're going to flip it right sides together. Right? Yes. Are they going to lock? Yes. We hope so.
Of course they will.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. Okay, so right here, see with those little cut off corners? See? Just line it up. Just line it up. Woo. Okay. So now all we have to do are the triangles. Okay, I'm going to put it through. Okay, be looking. I have to press the seams on the second pair. How am I supposed to press them?
Towards the first pair.
Toward the first pair? Toward the first pair? You like those arrows? Yes. Boy, I do too. Okay, and so at the bottom, it just lines up. It's just square. So you just lay it together. No more worrying about how much tip to let hang out. What's that? Yes. I only screwed up on that word once. I did it on a PBS show. And the cameraman was new to me. He was kind of excited. Okay, this is row 1. This is row 1. This is the first pair. This is my seam I have to press. So I'm just going to kind of hold it up like that. Do, 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 do. Look at that. Woo! Turn it over. Oh, look at that. Everything is locked together. Do you want it on my bulletin board? Okay, what do we need now? And what color are they? Background. You guys are so smart. Okay, I have some in my box, some of the yellow ones, the big ones. I have 2 of them. Okay, I actually did. It's like you can decide what kind of foot you have on your machine, and if it'll go really, there's little tips, wee little tips hanging out. And they're so little that if your foot is just going to stitch over these, don't worry about it. See, this is what I'm talking about. Let me see. Okay, here is a tip. Look at that. Look at that. It's not even worth saving, right? But if your foot gets caught on those little things hanging out, then you're going to want to trim them off. Okay, the triangles go on both sides. We're turning it into a square now.
Cool.
Good? So what, we're on page 13 already. Okay, so now we're just going to flip it over. Ta-da! And this is what I really love. Look at this. That just lines up right at the top. When you flip that, there's no tips hanging out there. It just lines up. And it works really good. So just go right down there. And on the opposite end, same thing. Just lines up. It just lines up. It's really, really great. We did both ways. We did the regular with squaring up every piece. And then we just did with the Accuquilt. It's much easier with the Accuquilt. Okay. Yeah, don't you think? Okay, so turn it around. And scissors, scissors, scissors. Do you guys have questions? There's one half. That's cool. So then you're just going to do the second half. Flip it, right sides together. And I already have them done right here. This is both sides sewn on. And now, so that they will lock together, this is very important. On page 13, it shows that you press 2 of these triangles in, 2 in, and you press 2 out. Okay? Just the triangles we're talking about, in and out. And I always like to do the first in first. To do first in and then 2 out. Okay? You guys looking? Okay. So I'm going to ask our fellas who joined us, how did you know about the class? Oh, you watched me on the internet? Uh-huh. Good.
You came down here a couple weeks ago and bought all your quilt bags.
Yay! What was it you bought all of?
Those quilt. Somebody had one in here. The ones to hold the fat quarters. Fat quarters.
Oh.
Because I'm starting to hoard fabric now.
Oh, you're a hoarder. We have a hoarder among us.
So he said, oh.
Are you ever going to let Martha come and clean your house?
Was it 15 or was it more than 15 bags?
It was 16.
16 bags.
16 bags? Oh, thank you. You can come anytime. Oh my gosh. That's really cool. So have you filled them yet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Well, you know we have lots of specials today, too. Okay, so this one is the first one. I'm just going to set the seam, turn it around, set the seam, and how am I going to press it? In. So I'm just going to flip it like that, and just press in this way. And look at it from the back side. Ooh, lovely. And then I'm just going to do the other side. Set the seam. Okay, and let's go like this. Put it like this. Open, press in. Woo. So this one, actually I ended up using 2 different colors of background, a pure white and then a yellow. Okay, and this one's easier. 2 in and 2 out. Set the seam, set the seam. So it's more fun to come and sit in the audience, huh? What do you think? Okay, so this one is out, out. And so what you can do is just do, okay, there was one bad corner. You could put a pin in the outs. So you have innies and outies. See? Innies and outies. Okay, so now these are in and these are out. Very tricky. And now turn the page because we're nearly done. And we're going to have this really cool block. Beep. Okay, so just take the 2 ends, okay? The 2 ends, okay, and I'm going to lay them like the picture says. Let me turn it like this. And this one is going to go like this. Is that right? Okay, so now I want to point out something else. Let me see. I bet you that's not right. 2 lights. Oop. Lights. Do you see how the light triangles get turned in? Oop. Let's see. So now, light triangles, light triangles. In. Are they going right? Okay, now, these are out. Let's see if we put the ends on the light, what do you think is going to go? Out. Dark? So let's don't even play. These are out, dark. Dark. Pinwheel! Out. Dark, dark triangles in the middle. Yay! Pinwheels! All right. Does that look good? That looks very, very good. Okay, so then when you flip these right sides together, they better lock. Let us see. Oh my goodness. They lock together. So you put it like this, and you just go down, and then you go across. Do you want to sew that for me? Because it takes a while, and I'm going to answer questions, if you have any. If you have any. Do you want to know anything? Yes? What's your question?
I hate doing 2-inch squares. Can we do these in bigger ones?
Of course you can.
With the Accuquilt?
Yes. You know what's really cool? Okay, so this is what's really fun. Oh, look how nice Teresa did this. Isn't that nice? She got it all lined up. Okay, I'm going to try to...
9-inch block have the triangles in it, do you know?
Yeah, okay, so this is the 8-inch block, and this is what's really fun. When you look at the side of your box, this is your cube. Have you all seen the cube? Okay, when you look at the box, I said these were 3 and 5. So 3, this is the big triangle, and 5. And it doesn't matter which cube number you have. There's a 6-inch, an 8-inch, a 9-inch, and a 12-inch. If you go in your cube and you pick the 3 and the 5 dies, they will go together just like I showed you. Does that answer that? Yes. Cool, that's really cool, yeah. And they always have, they have your, the sizes, the finished sizes underneath them to see, and it works really good. So I just got a new magazine, and it had this great patriotic flag. It's like blue stars and then red underneath it. And I'm so excited because it's like, of course, they sewed all the triangles, and then you had to square them all up. And I go, I'm going to find which die. So now I'm really embarrassed, but I have all sizes of cubes. Yay! I picked it up. I said, this is heavy, you know? So I'm just going to turn to the side, and I really want a 3.5-inch. And I think that's going to be my 12-inch cube, because 3 is divisible into 12, right? And then I can get the other ones, just use like 3 and 5, and it works really good. Let us see if Teresa did a... Oh, does it take out my wrinkles here? Puts blood in my skin, makes my bulletin board look really good. Okay, so that looks good, huh? That looks good. What do you think about the dark blue pinwheels? I think it's going to look good. I think I can get probably 2 more blocks out of my layer cake, and I'll make a table runner out of it. How's that? Okay, but the thing that makes it magical is the swirling. So we got to show you that. When Teresa got to this center seam, she pushed the top seam up, and she pushed the underneath seam down. And there's a little loop there. We love this little method. We swirl. So you just cut the threads right? That was where you connected. You take your stiletto.
Love the stiletto.
Love the stiletto. Pop it out. I'm embarrassed to tell you, I cleaned my sewing room and I found 4 stilettos. Gosh, it's really bad. So pick out the second side. Whoop. So now the stitches are out just in the seam, and then you just lay it flat, and you go whoop, clockwise, right seam, top seam to the right, down, around, and up. And when you do that, it opens up the center and it makes it very, very flat. And then you just mush it. Okay, well, if I really had 2 of them, I would use my bulletin board and show you how you mush it. You started it, Orion. Okay, so then.
The reason why is that he set up a little phone here that's doing Instagram.
Instagram, you mean they're asking questions while we work?
Commenting and throwing little hearts, and it's actually really fun.
They're throwing me hearts?
Doing 2 little, well,
Thank you, David. So did we get any questions that they wanted to ask?
well, we have a couple people that are watching at work trying to not get caught.
Oh, that's good. Don't let your boss know. Don't let your boss know. Okay, and then,
There's a lot of hearts that are floating right now.
oh, that's cool. That's cool. Well, you know, if your boss is out just a little bit longer, it's nearly lunchtime, so you could quick order some layer cakes or the pattern. Don't get caught.
And then make
Ta-da!
all right.
Awesome, and that's one block. And you can see how you just keep on putting all the blocks together that you make. So I think it's personally really fun just to work one block at a time. Challenge yourself just to try to get one done a night. You gonna ask something, Teresa?
I have a little product there that is really awesome. If they don't have Accuquilt,
Oh,
from
yeah.
Mora, they just, and then
It's the paper.
just read the recipe and then there it is.
I know, this is really cute. Okay, so the people, oh, this is very cool. Look at that. And it says, they say it's the cupcake mix recipe 1. But this is really cool. Look at this, because there's your triangle piece square, and there's your larger triangle right there.
And it's
That is
right
very
there.
cool.
And yeah,
Okay.
it's with charm, so it's gonna come with a layer cake too in the middle of July.
They already
That's very cute.
Oh,
That's the cupcake, and
Okay.
you're one of 18 people that have it. So
One of 18 people. I'm special. You know what? I was walking through the warehouse. The only thing is, you're going to have to cut off all your tips, you guys. You got your tips to cut off. But anyhow, that is pretty cool. So by the time you sew this one together, that'll be that size. And it's all from little, cute little ones. This one is Zoe Christine. It's all my lines of fabric are on sale. Lots in the pre-cuts. Very, very good. All right, did we have enough fun? Yes. All right, thank you.